everybody, and welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews? I'm just a regular dude. Where I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, I also review YouTube channels. Today I'm going to do one, and I also basically do just whatever the hell I want. And today I'm doing one called with some, let's see here, it's 5 terrifying videos only the brave can watch. Ghosts caught on camera. It's from a channel called Terra5. So, let's check this out. Let's see if we're brave enough to watch this.
Hey guys, since the beginning of written history, people have documented encounters with strange paranormal entities such as ghosts, demons, and unidentified objects flying in the night sky. With modern technology and the widespread use of social media, it has become much more difficult for skeptics to deny the existence of these strange phenomena. Cell phone cameras and the internet has made it incredibly easy for people witnessing these scary and often unbelievable events to thoroughly document their experience and share it with others all around the world. Number 5. The Haunting of Tanya Monserrat Lugo. When Tanya Monserrat Lugo was a young child, she and her best friend were completely inseparable. However, when Tanya was 10 years old, her best friend moved away to another state and the girls lost contact. Several years later, when Tanya was a teenager, she began using social media in an attempt to find her old friend and reconnect. Tanya was unsuccessful in finding any trace of her friend. She later learned that her friend had been living in an extremely abusive home. After she and her family had moved, was tragically killed by one of her parents. It goes without saying that Tanya was completely devastated to learn of her friend's passing. In fact, she became so desperate to connect with her friend by any means necessary that she tried to reach her in the afterlife through the use of a Ouija board. Much to her dismay, these attempts seemingly failed as well. That is, until Tanya began seeing her deceased friend around her school. After Tanya told her mother and father about these incidents, they became concerned for their daughter's mental well-being and decided to take her to a doctor to have her psychologically evaluated. After all, the loss of a close childhood friend, especially in such an unexpected and violent manner, can take a huge toll on a young person. During the evaluation, Tanya was diagnosed with aggressive paranoid schizophrenia, a very serious mental illness which can cause delusions and hallucinations to a debilitating degree if not properly treated. Her parents believed this diagnosis, along with treatment for their daughter's illness, would finally bring an end to her ghostly sightings. Tanya, however, was unconvinced that mental illness was the reason for these visions of her deceased childhood friend. In order to prove this belief and verify the reality of her experiences, she decided to perform a spiritual ritual which was intended to summon the spirit of her friend, causing everyone to see what Tanya had. In 2017, Tanya began to capture evidence of the supposed haunting on video. In one video, which was uploaded to Tanya's Snapchat account, a rolling computer chair in the background seems to move across the room on its own. Tanya also captured doors in her family's home opening and closing by themselves, kitchen cabinets slamming open and shut, and even a teddy bear levitating off the bed. Tanya has filmed many compelling pieces of evidence of the spirit presence over the course of the past few years.
Sorry I keep moving around so damn much. My headphones have got a short in them. It's starting to piss me off a little bit, but we'll keep going with it.
While it is clear something has been haunting the young girl, we may never know whether this is the ghost of her childhood friend trying to maintain their friendship from beyond the grave.
Maybe it's the ghost of her childhood friend that's screwing up my headphones. Is there something in here that's doing it?
Or if it is perhaps something darker, which Tanya accidentally unleashed. Either way, it makes for some scary footage and a rather unnerving story. Number 4. An unknown flying anomaly captured at a christening. Daniela Roman was only a teenager when she attended her cousin's christening party and captured a strange anomaly floating in the sky. During the festivities that evening, several party guests,
Be
including
a
Daniela,
balloon?
stepped out into the parking lot to watch the launching of a balloon of desire.
Yeah.
She pulled out her phone and began recording, hoping to capture this special moment in her cousin's life. What she captured, however, was far more than the balloon launch. After a few seconds, a glowing blue-green orb can be seen floating in the sky alongside the balloon. As the video progressed, the orb begins moving back and forth across the sky, sometimes slowly and sometimes darting. It continues to ascend and descend and even seems to change shape at times. After Daniela zooms in on the video and the orb can be seen more clearly, it appears as though it is an electric ball floating in the sky. A clump of glowing blue rays which make up the orb seem to mimic the appearance of hundreds of small lightning bolts. It is truly a fascinating video, which has stumped even the most skeptical people. Could it be a UFO, paranormal phenomenon, or perhaps a completely normal atmospheric event which we cannot yet understand? Number 3.
What do you think it is? I don't think it's a normal atmospheric event. I don't know. Let me know what you think.
Felicity Kadlec and Kelly, the zombie girl. When Felicity Kadlec was 13 years old, a friend gave her a doll which appears to be a little girl zombie. This gift, the friend told Felicity, was bought from a collector of creepy dolls which she found on the deep web. The deep web is a hidden part of the internet and is known for containing some pretty scary content, and people. Everything from drugs, illegal weapons, snuff films, human trafficking, and hitmen can be found in this underground part of the internet.
He left
Immediately
out
after
those
receiving the doll,
fake-ass mystery
Felicity
boxes.
became obsessed with her new inanimate friend, even saying she had fallen in love with the doll.
Oh my
Felicity
God.
took this doll, which she named Kelly, everywhere with her. Felicity intensely cared for her by buying her outfits, changing her clothes every day, even buying Kelly gifts regularly for special occasions like Christmas and Valentine's Day. Once Felicity became of age, she had the name Kelly along with a heart tattooed on her forearm. She even had the same tattoo artist tattoo a matching Felicity on Kelly's forearm in the same location as her own. Felicity went on to get married to Kelly in a full official wedding ceremony.
This
complete with
girl's
a billowing bridal
wackadoo.
gown and dressing Kelly in a tuxedo for their big day. Felicity claims that Kelly is very much alive and is able to speak. She says the two of them have full-on conversations while they are alone, and also says that Felicity can move in the dark. Today, Felicity is 19 years old and still maintains this intimate connection with her doll wife. Could it be that Kelly is possessed by a spirit who truly does interact with Felicity? Number 2.
My honest opinion, okay, I have no problem with people like buying dolls like that. If they're like horror fans, I understand that. You would buy something like that to keep put in your collection and stuff like that. But then for someone to marry it and say they're in love with it and they have conversations and everything, I think that girl needs help. That's what I think. I think she's crazy. But it's only my opinion.
2. Telekinesis on Sabado. Sabadazo, a Spanish Saturday night television show that is produced and aired in Mexico, stunned viewers when one magician who claims to have telekinetic powers seemingly wreaked havoc in the studio during his routine. After taking a female volunteer from the audience, the magician had the woman sit in a chair. Next to her was a table with a book, a wine glass, and a bell. The woman's legs were then tied to the legs of the chair, and her hands were tied across her body so that she could not move. The magician then placed a cloth bag over her head so that she would be unable to see and closed a curtain around her. Nearly immediately, the audience began to hear the bell ring loudly from behind the curtain, although it was apparent the woman would have been unable to do this herself. Then, pages of newspapers began to fall from the sky, seemingly out of nowhere, making the hundreds of viewers making up the live studio audience gasp audibly in shock. The magician then opens the curtain to reveal to everyone watching that the woman is still tied up and seated in the chair, her head still covered and hanging down. She appeared to be panicking and crying. Next, he turned the wine glass upside down, setting it on top of the book that was placed on the table. He then moves away from it, and after giving a command, the glass shattered on its own with a great force, almost appearing as though it had exploded. Was this just an incredibly well-staged stunt by a master magician, or could it be his telekinetic powers at play? Number 1.
I think it's just a really well done magic trick.
1. Shadow person at an Argentinian soccer facility.
I've seen this.
Security guard at a soccer facility in Buenos Aires, Argentina, recorded some stunning footage when he set out to prove to his co-workers, friends, and family that he had been being tormented every night by some strange and scary happenings at his workplace. At the beginning of the video, the man is terrified as he attempts to record his experience. While walking through the hallways of the building, he captures a door loudly and repeatedly slamming shut on its own. As he enters another room, which seems to be a locker room for the soccer players, he captures a very long, thin humanoid shadow cross the wall in front of him. This shadow could not have been made by the man capturing the video, as one can easily see it is moving in the opposite direction of the security guard, after spontaneously manifesting mid-frame. It then disappears into thin air only a few seconds later. Many people believe this video is proof of the existence of shadow people, mysterious entities who appear to be human but are black, smoky, and featureless, just like our own shadows. While it is unclear what these beings are or what they want, many people insist that they are malevolent, non-human entities and can bring misfortune, disease, and even death into the lives of those who see them. Oftentimes, activity that is generally associated with poltergeists, such as doors slamming and objects moving or being thrown, accompanies the presence of shadow people. Some theories regarding these humanoid spirits suggest that they are actually demons. Others believe these entities may be time travelers, beings from alternate dimensions, or even aliens which have come to take a peek into the lives of humans.
Could be that.
Whatever these ghostly creatures are, they are certainly terrifying to encounter.
If you go back a little bit in the video where that door was slamming shut, now I don't know if he just didn't show it all, but there was an edit there. There was a cut where the door was slamming shut and everything, and then they were inside. So you didn't get to see if somebody was actually behind that door doing it. But I don't know if the full video shows him actually walk in there and go around the corner. But that was 5 terrifying videos only the brave can watch. Ghosts captured on camera from Terra 5. Well, I guess I'm pretty brave, because I watched it. The joke of the day. My girlfriend said to go out and get her something that makes her look sexy. So I got drunk. Let me know what you thought of that. Like, subscribe, hashtag Mean Gene, all that fun stuff. And I will see you next time.